Hi there, Capricorn, and anybody else tuning into your video here. Welcome, welcome. We're here for you. Cancer. Did we just call you Capricorn? Cancer. Okay, well, either way, either way, we're all signs at the end of the day, yes, but it is a Cancer reading. I can assure you that. Cancer, I was meditating on your energy. This is your Venus and Virgo reading, and it is a bonus video. We don't always do the Venus series or the other, sign planetary placement shifts, but we are this time. So this is the August 1st to the 15th, approximately, we can say. This cycle has already begun as I am filming this, and it's already been a few days. So we are inching forward with Venus and Virgo. Here for you, Cancer. Let's see what is at play, but I was getting some messages as I was already meditating. Cancer, before we begin, thank you for your likes. Those of you who do also donate, thank you guys for your support here, joining the members as well. I'm so touched by all of you. Those of you who have been followers for quite some time, subscribers, thank you guys for subscribing and for sharing and again, liking. The likes do help the videos circulate just a little more. So if you do like the messages and you'd like to kind of help them reach others, then feel free to hit the like button. Thank you guys for, again, tuning into you. Let's get the cards for you, Cancer. But again, before we get into the cards, I was getting messages as I was sort of connecting to the frequencies, and before I turn on the camera, let's clear out Queen of Pentacles right for once. And the feeling I'm hearing Leo here. The feeling I'm getting, Cancer, is that there is something that you really are looking at as an important, for a number of you, decision, for a number of you, opportunity. It's kind of like, I have to decide on this now. Like, there's no putting this off. I'm hearing that as well. The Nine of Cups, interesting. Okay, and the Page of Cups. Yeah, some of you are definitely looking at an area of your life and, in a really serious way, like, I do not want to sabotage this. I'm hearing that as well with the Nine of Cups and the Page of Cups, the Ace of Pentacles as well coming through. Some of you, well, I'm hearing Leo again. Let's clear it. Some of you are dealing with someone, I see you kind of have been wanting to put something like to the side, like maybe you've been avoiding it, you don't want to make a decision about something here. I'm seeing it get to the point where you're like, no. Like, I really have to look at this, like, really for what it is. I'm hearing that as well, like, really quite seriously. Like, I see something kind of slowing down, and I'm hearing it's not worth it. Like, as I was meditating, Cancer, before I turned the camera, I was getting that you're almost like calculating something, like actually punching in numbers, and maybe there is sort of like a bittersweet side to the scenario here, for whatever reason, in whatever way. It's kind of maybe nostalgic, even, like, whatever this decision is, maybe there's a side to it that's like, I really don't want to, like, leave them. I really don't want to leave the situation. I really don't want to have to also really maybe invest in this space quite yet, or this soon, or this much, but there is something that you feel is like, I cannot let this go on, like, any longer, like, no. So let's get the cards. It is reminding me, Cancer, of the reading that came through for you in April. It was the new moon in Aries reading, I believe it was, at least it was around that time, and it was like, you're like freaking out or something, I don't know, there was an energy of like kind of freaking out in that video. So, okay, the Hierophant reverse, Eight of Pentacles in reverse. It was someone was giving birth, and they were like kind of empathic. They were empathic to what that person was experiencing. They were like, but they were freaking out about something. So, okay, Hierophant reverse, maybe it's a message here that's coming through. It was kind of cute though, like someone was giving birth, like, and then someone was looking on at them, and they were like feeling like they needed like a table to give birth onto. It was something like that. Anyways, it could be a metaphor. Let's clear it around. Okay, King of Cups upright, and it could be meant in a number of ways, right? So many ways. But some of you are really at a point where you're like, I keep hearing, I cannot put this off. For a number of you, this is maybe something that you want in your life, and remember, these readings as well can really manifest down the line. Okay, like, we are reading right now technically, but the energy can manifest, 6 to 8 months down the line. So feel free to come back to this reading and see how it does end up resonating for you. Some of you are feeling like you might be like wasting your time with something. Like, okay, I feel like I'm watering the wrong seeds in the plants. I'm hearing the plants, in the garden, in the plants. Okay, maybe you feel like something is even off. It's like, I feel like this is off. Like, some of you are not feeling in alignment. I'm hearing that possibly with the overall vision. There could be some things that, you know, you're actually still investing in that are not quite in alignment with the broader vision in a macro space. There could be something here that you maybe have been leaving to the last minute, sort of like to the very end. I'm hearing that. And that's maybe part of what is not feeling right about this. 5 of Swords in reverse. Like, there's something, maybe kind of, something is building up. I even see like a cloud here. For a number of you, it's something emotional, okay? And it gets to the point, Cancer. I'm hearing Capricorn with Capricorn, where, I mean, you just cannot do this any longer. Like, some of you maybe are not feeling satisfied with something. Maybe someone here is not committing with a Hierophant in reverse. 8 of Pentacles in reverse, or something is taking way too much damn time. For some of you, you just really are at a point though with that. Yeah, 3 Swords in reverse. I cannot do this anymore. I'm hearing that, like, cannot do this with you anymore. I'm hearing that. What's popping out here? 4 of Cups, 7 of Wands, 5 of Cups. Like, this has been some kind of cyclical energy. Like, it's not doing it for me anymore. I gotta get out of here. I'm hearing that 3 of Pentacles, 6 of Pentacles, and the 3 of Wands. Now, some of you have maybe met someone, and either it's something quite inspiring, or it's something that reminds you that you need to quit your job. I'm not sure what that's alluding to, but that you need to also quit. There's something that pushes you, as I'm seeing it, inspires you, invigorates you to take a decision on, not just like as a theory, but as an actual action. So it's exciting, but it's also kind of something that, again, maybe is bittersweet. Like, you don't want to have to say this. You don't want to like have to come out and like tell this person how you're feeling like in this way, but there's just something you can't dismiss. I'm seeing that any longer with the King of Wands upright. I'm hearing Kenny G, Kenny Rock. Some of you, this comes down to the need and the desire for romance, for pleasure in your life. I see some of you are feeling really kind of depleted of even a certain mineral. I'm hearing that with the King of Cups upright. This is not a biology reading, but I am hearing iodine. So you need to talk to your personal practitioner, of course, for matters of, you know, or naturopath, whoever, for matters of health, right? Of course, this is just a general, this is a tarot reading, right? We're channeling here. This is a tarot reading. Technically, well, this is for entertainment purposes only. So yeah, you got to take it as you will. The High Priestess in reverse and the King of Wands upright. Some of you really are missing somebody as well. I'm hearing that. The Hangman, 9 of Swords. Let's clear it. This could also be something, it's a part of you, you know, in a certain connection. It's like, I feel like this, whatever this is taking me further from who I really want to be and who I really feel myself to be. So it does maybe come down for a number of you to your natural sort of element and your natural environment that you feel most comfortable in as well, and we're most natural in here with the King of Cups upright. Like, something is really just not doing it for you anymore with the Strength card in reverse and the Emperor in reverse and the Page of Pentacles in reverse for a number of you, and the 4 of Wands upright. I see this as like a situation that you kind of got involved in, but it's like, this is not where you really want to be at. I'm hearing that with the Page of Pentacles. It's like, kind of like, you really thought it was going to be everything, and then it's like, what's this? You're like, what the fuck is like all of this shit as well on the table? Like, oh, I don't know what that's alluding to. Maybe this is a job you signed up for. Damn, like, it ends up being like way more than you bargained for. Now, with the Page of Wands upright leading you out and the Page of Pentacles in reverse, I feel like something is even a little bit embarrassing. Maybe you thought something was going to really take off here, and it ended up really being quite sad somewhat with the 6 of Cups and the Star and the Hangman. Maybe something was really exciting to begin with the 9 of Swords as well and the 4 of Wands, and then it ends up being kind of like, oh, they're fake. I'm hearing that this is a bouquet. They're not fake, actually. These are real roses, but they are preserved. So there's just like something though, I don't know, there's something that really sets you off, like the Sun upright, Devil in reverse, like maybe something's just not turning you on here. I'm hearing that as well anymore. 2 of Cups. Like, let's get the cards out for you, Cancer. I'm hearing, well, eventually it's gonna all go away. I'm hearing that. It's like, maybe that's what you were thinking. Maybe you were like, kind of, let's clear it. No, someone was not comfortable with a certain idea here. Maybe even like from the get-go, and then they kind of like, still kind of like, I don't know, they went along with something, maybe someone's advice, and ended up not being at all what they were really, it's clear, yeah, I know. See someone kind of crying here, like, I don't want to be like, I don't want to be here anymore. I'm hearing that. I don't know. It could be a certain environment, like an industry. Love and light to everybody here. Five of Pentacles in reverse. If you're feeling something is not empowering you, inspiring you, it's probably time to move out of that space and find something that does inspire you. Start with something simple, right? Little things like activities that are exciting, you know? Topics that interest you. Find them. Okay, so there could be things that you know, you're just getting very dry with. It's like something is kind of monotonous, maybe routine. Just start with something really, you know, just change something small, right? It doesn't have to be like I turn into like an astronaut. It's like you can like literally like go to the flower shop instead of the fried chips and bagels shop. I don't know what that's alluding to. Okay. Maybe you just want to change like something very simple somewhat. Okay, now let's clear it and ground. The Page of Pentacles in reverse comes through. This is in the this is about the we'll say the past. Okay. Yeah, I feel like, you know, maybe this wasn't like your ideal from the get-go, like your ideal situation from the get-go, Cancer. I feel like you know that and you've known that. The Six of Cups in reverse in the recent past, like maybe there was like enough going on here that you remained in the situation, like, all right, well, I'll like continue like doing this. It's like it was more the kind of situation of, you know, hopefully we can like make it work or it can get better, but then it ended up being like just like bread and butter and like no main course meal. Like maybe your expectations here, someone feels maybe a little bit let down. Now with the worlds upright in the current state, it could also just be a phase, like someone feels bored, maybe they miss someone, they feel sad. Six of Pentacles upright leading into the world, like they feel like something is out of balance or there's something that they really were not expecting. It's like, let's continue. Okay, and then your future is the Four of Pentacles in reverse, Nine of Pentacles of bright hopes and fears. You lead up with the Knight of Wands of bright. Someone here maybe is actually just like also totally exhausted. They need a break. Like they need time to be creative and do things that are just kind of like exploratory. Okay, they want to explore. They're very creative. It's like I see someone maybe getting into also like something very petty and dramatic here, like unnecessarily, like, but this is because you're not in the right space, so-called. Like, you know, you would not be dealing with this is what I'm getting with the Nine of Pentacles and Knight of Wands. Like if you were in your fast lane, the one that feels fast to you, where you feel like you can drive fast on that lane. I don't know what that's about, but it's like where you feel like you're also in your natural element, where you feel empowered, excited. There's something that you're really like, I'm hearing Aram, I don't know, the Two of Wands are right. There's something that is making you feel really not good. And I'm just going to be honest here. This can be something that someone else signed you up for. It's like you did not really want to be involved in this though with the Six of Wands and the Two of Wands. It's like, this is not the idea. Yeah, no, Fool in reverse. I got to get out of here. I'm hearing that. Two of Cups in reverse. I'm sorry. At a certain point, the love is not there. Okay. The shack is definitely not there. And the show has not begun yet. So I gotta go, bro. I'm hearing that King of Wands up, right? You got a vision here. Like there's something that, you know, you're kind of trying to like understand more of like, who's my type? I'm hearing that as well. What is it that I really am excited about here? Ace of Wands and the King of Wands. Two of Cups in reverse. Five of Swords bright. Nine of Swords in reverse. Some of you are making a decision here, maybe to move on from something. Four of Wands in reverse, Magician reverse. Yeah, this is maybe a little embarrassing of hers. Like, oh man, I put like all my eggs in that basket. I told everyone like this is where it's at, and then it's like, actually, guys, sorry, like it's not up on that hill. It's actually over there on that other hill. So for a number of you, maybe you actually, well, love and light. I'm not saying that this is not my personal opinion, right? It's a channel message. With the Moon in reverse, mirroring the Fool in reverse, it comes down to what your standard is with the Moon in reverse. What is it that you say is right for you? And maybe that's the shift here. Maybe like in the past, this could be you with you. What do you mean your friends, right? It could be you saying, well, okay, I was following along, you know, I was making that decision, but it's because it was someone else's decision to begin with. So I see you maybe kind of saying, let me change the metrics. Let me switch around the metrics. Let me clear it first, and then I'll switch the metrics. Yeah, there's something you gotta get rid of, maybe even. Like, you gotta clear something out. Like, this is not really helping me, and I'm hearing even subconsciously. So maybe you made a decision, but like originally it was not your idea, and then now it's like you gotta deal with like the consequences or the aftermath of that. High Priest in reverse, Temperance in reverse, Ten of Cups in reverse, and the Eight of Swords in reverse. For some of you, yeah, this is maybe even somewhere you moved to. yeah, this is not really in alignment. I'm hearing that Queen of Wands upright, King of Cups in reverse, Ace of Swords in reverse. Like, you'll know what this is. Page of Cups upright. This is something very sneaky or slimy even. You realize, all right, they had some motivation there. Like, this is not really, this is reminding me of an accent, actually, that came through. What is an accent? But it was definitely something coming through in the extended members reading for weekly July 26th to August 3rd approximately. And it was for the sign of Gemini and Sagittarius. They had this like accent that was very interesting. It was kind of like a down south slur. It's kind of like that. It was like for 30 minutes almost we're talking in that accent. It was like very interesting. So take it as you will. If you want to join members, if you feel guided, then feel free. There should be a join button, and you can select your package of choice. We now have a 48-hour package, actually, which is very exciting. So I guess it's a good time to mention that. If you were interested, I know some people were like, yeah, like, would love to kind of get that update. So yeah, we make a video every 48 hours, and so we're starting that actually for the first time. It's going to be tomorrow. So take it as you will if you feel guided. 9 of Cups, Devil, and the 2 of Pentacles. Some of you are really on edge with something. I'm hearing that. And the thing is that you feel it and you know it. For some of you, this is you understanding like where your limit is at and knowing when you have personally reached it for yourself. Some of you, this is an experience that has gotten to a point where you're like, I have to like let myself go from this. Interesting. I'm hearing King. I'm not sure what that's about, but there's something that not your type. I mean, this is not the time. I'm hearing that as well. Like for this, you don't necessarily want to judge whatever the circumstance is. You just, yeah, whatever. I'm hearing time and place it is. It's not about that necessarily. It's about what you, let's clear. You have to call something out. It's about how you feel, Cancer, and it, let's clear it. You don't have to define it for anyone else. You don't have to be like, oh, you know what? You don't need permission to feel what you feel. I kind of feel, it's like, no. Devil on the 2 of Pentacles. Like, you have to do what you feel maybe you need to do, and you need to just kind of like do it as you feel it. Like, and it takes something of a bit of bravery here with the King of Swords on the Judgment card. Some of you maybe are afraid like somebody's gonna like kind of get upset at you for something. It's like, no. At the end of the day, like, there's not much more to say about what you feel, right? I mean, why would somebody try and debate what you feel? That's kind of like putting like, 8 slices of salami on a sandwich when someone said, no, I only want 4. It's like, that's not cool. Don't do that. Don't try and like define what people need for themselves. Let's clear it. And maybe that's what someone is thinking about or telling someone as well. Maybe you're involved in a situation that you're sort of playing or mediating. But the Hangman here, or at least helping out mediate, the Queen of Wands, yeah, assisting and mediating in some way. I'm hearing salmon, sockeye. Let's clear it. Something is just like maybe even just repetitive. You're like, I just, for whatever reason, like I just can't do this anymore. I'm hearing that. Okay. So now Cancer. For some of you, I feel like it does come down to you feeling empowered, and you realize there's no reason why I shouldn't feel empowered. Why would I be in a situation? Why should I remain in a situation, in a place, in a point in time, okay, that I don't feel is really, I'm hearing made for me. Some of you, I'm going to be honest, this might be a relationship. It's like, this is not who I see myself with, and I have to just be really clear here. Like, I am not going to be dishonest with myself. I'm hearing that with the Tower upright in the environment. Like, this is a rude awakening. This could be you with a vision you've had of yourself in your own life at a certain point in time. You're like, yeah, I'll be that person. I'm seeing someone who wanted to, like, live in New York. They're thinking, oh, my God, yeah, this is, like, who I want to be and what I want to do. And I'll be that, like, one, like, I'll live in Brooklyn in that little, like, but, little apartment, no windows. Like, but then it gets to the point you're like, but I am not happy here. I'm hearing that. And, maybe you attempted this. Maybe you said, let me try it out. And it just ended up really talking, let's clear it, talking for you. So maybe a situation just didn't lead where you thought it would. I'm hearing that with the Tower upright in the environment. For a number of you, it's actually something that you feel is kind of karmic. Like, it's like everything that's sort of taking place in the situation is not feeling right for whatever reason. And let me describe it kind of like this. I feel, Cancer, for some, that you made a decision that maybe was like someone else's idea, and then from then on it's like everything is like fucking like falling apart, kind of like, okay, it's a sign. I'm hearing that, like Lovers in the night of, it's like your heart's not in it, Cancer. I'm hearing that. That's when it's like then stuff keeps like, I'm hearing falling apart. It's like Yeah, it's like weird. I think I'm hearing Cancer. I think you should get out of there. Maybe that's what someone's telling you. It's clear. They're telling you. Yeah, there's for a number of you something you want to change with your diet, maybe even with the Tower, right? And but for some of you, I feel like you're gonna tell someone. It could be an employer as well. It's like, hey, this is not working for me anymore. Like, I gotta like talk about the options, the next few options. So for some of you, there is, you know, a question of maybe like, let's clear it. May, June, July, I'm hearing that with the devil, right? Maybe something got really aggressive here at a certain point, or like something reached a point like, all right, but for some, I'm hearing manage. For some, this is something that's getting out of control. It could be related to finances, possibly. For some of you, though, I'm hearing Mayo. I'm hearing management as well. Mayo, what? Someone's got maybe, there's something with the ego going on. They're getting competitive. Like, they have to excuse themselves kind of vibe. Like, this is not working. Like, I'm hearing that they maybe realize they're getting really frustrated. But Cancer, for some, I kind of see someone getting, like, antsy or rude even, like, to someone. But again, it's like they're not feeling in the vibe. I'm hearing, I'm not fit for this. Like, they're talking back. It's like, but they know that. Ace of Wands, Moon, Three of Cups, Queen of Cups, Empress. But it's because they're not satisfied. They're not happy where they're at. So they're kind of like trying to feel, I'm smelling smoke here. Yeah, something is not for you, Cancer, as you feel it. It's maybe a living situation, or it's an environment with, but, you know, think about the small steps. It starts with the small steps, right? So it starts with you making empowered decisions, and yeah, and and you got to be brave in that space. I'm hearing, like, at a certain point, maybe you realize that, like, if I don't take the decision on for myself, somebody else is going to make the decision for me. Six of Cups and the Five of Wands and the Seven of Wands. You might face backlash, but honestly, who gives a fuck? Like, okay, like, otherwise, it's that versus you facing the life that other people want you to lead. Oh, let's clear it. And then at that point, anyways, that's going to turn into a backlash down the line when you're not being authentic with you. That's when you have the blow up and resentment. King of Wands and the Three of Swords, possibly, hopefully not, but well, it's about honesty. So it's kind of like saying, well, I want what's best for everyone, so I'm going to kind of just like continue to do this. It's like, but then it's going to get to a point where you don't give, like, you know, a shit whether you're bringing hell or heaven with you to work. I'm hearing that as well. Like, if you're not happy where you're at, it's going to bleed in, and everyone's going to kind of feel it, and everyone's gonna feel it. They're gonna want you to do what's right for you. I'm hearing that as well. Like, let's clear in the macro storyline. So let's clear it in the macro space. Some of you have to be brave. You got to break the chains here when it comes to, well, what other people want you to do and the change that you feel you need to make for yourself. Some of you, this could be you with you. Maybe you feel like, well, I already built enough here and a routine, and it's like, but then let's clear it. Yeah, you already built like a routine somewhere maybe. But if it's not, again, like, satisfying you, it's like that's going to change anyways. Okay, either it's going to be you making the decision, or it's going to be, you know, the meltdown. I'm hearing that. And making other people, like, kind of realize with you as well. Like, if you think, oh, like, I'll get out of this, like, once, you know, I really see where I'm, it's like, that's, if you want to avoid hurting someone's feelings, like, they're going to realize it in the end anyways. Even if, let's say, you remain in that situation with them, and then, you know, you end up having a friggin' meltdown, and then it becomes really, really, like, in front of them. I'm hearing that actually. Temperance and the High Priestess. So some of you I think the sentiment is to start acknowledging what you're really feeling here, and like when it comes to your actions, and don't play along with stuff that you actually don't believe in. I'm hearing that as well. And for some of you, if there is something that, yeah, what you don't really resonate with, you might want to call it out. For some of you, you know, this is something that, let's clear it. You want to, yeah, if something doesn't resonate with you, I'm here in college. Maybe this is an idea someone has for you. Maybe this is you kind of ahead of time thinking, I don't want it to get to that point. So this is maybe advice someone was trying to give you at a certain point, and then you had to kind of like put your hand up and say, hey, I'm sorry, like, and put their hand down and be like, you need to like not give me advice. Like, if I'm not asking you like for your advice, like, yeah, we don't need to like talk to each other about what I'm doing with my life. Interesting. Maybe you're getting more private, but for some, like, don't let something get out of control. I'm hearing that the High Priestess. Do not let it get to the point where then it's like you can't even look that person in the eyes and then it starts to get like really weird. I'm hearing that as well with the High Priestess and the Temperance card. Like, don't let it get to the point where you don't know like who to do what to. I don't know what that's alluding to. Three of Swords, Temperance, and the High Priestess. So for some of you, start to maybe find a healthy outlet for things that you feel are possibly even kind of like, I don't know, dark. I'm hearing that. I don't know what that's about with the High Priestess. Like, if you feel like you're getting irritated, find another outlet, okay? Let's clear it. If something is getting kind of like, if it feels kind of intense or, you know, you don't want to be having hateful, resentful energy. That's going to manifest in the body. I'm hearing down the line. You do not want to hold on to guilt or fear. You don't want to hold on to also disconnection from your higher self. So I would take action as soon as possible when it comes to, the Devil right in between the High Priestess and the Temperance card. I would immediately start seeking out some kind of help here when it comes to describing what it is at least that you're feeling, and you might want to talk to someone to kind of find a cause. I'm hearing that as well, and to maybe it's a psychotherapy session possibly. We might want to talk to someone again, though I'm hearing it in this way. But take it as you will when it comes to what it is that you're going to do about this, because otherwise, you're going to be like anyways dealing with it is what I'm hearing. So it's like, why not address it directly? But you got to take it as you will. It's a general reading, of course, it's a general video. But for some of you, it does come down to you deciding what you want to do about what you're feeling. And so this is maybe something that has gotten to a point where you realize you don't want it to continue, and that's enough for you to say, well, whatever it is and wherever it started and however it happened, I want to address it now. For some of you, this is something that you may have a lot of love for someone, but you're feeling kind of some of you are feeling kind of like, I'm hearing again, like this weird hateful energy. Like, it's time to stop that now. I'm hearing that with the Ten of Pentacles in reverse. Maybe you're getting to the point where you're like, I have to talk about this. Let's clear the energy. The Fool in reverse. I see, look at the Temperance card. I see you looking at someone. It's like you're mad dogging somebody even. I don't know if this is your energy or somebody around you even, but there's something not good here, okay? You're getting really, really maybe someone's breeding some strange energy. You have to let that be known, what you feel, just not as the projected energy, but if you are feeling something, it's time to come out and just say it, because otherwise you're going to say it, but you're going to say it in an introverted way, and then that's going to develop as actually a physical symptom. Let's clear it. And you don't want that to be you guys. I'm hearing that. Maybe that's what maybe that's your higher self. Hangman in reverse. So it's about the approach. There are always this is maybe a symptom. It's about the approach. What's the approach that you take to the symptom? Because avoiding it, the symptom doesn't disappear. So there's something that it's going to come down to how you talk about it. I'm hearing that as well, possibly. And if you are, having someone that you feel you can talk to about it in a way that empowers you, maybe there's a lot of psychology here involved where it says, well, I don't want to have to talk to someone about me. It's but the Justice card upright, mirror, and the Hangman reverse, it may come down to how it is that you hold yourself in that space of respect for yourself, right? To say, hey, I have an issue here and I want to address it. I'm not going to let this go. Let's go. The Sun in reverse. Some of you, you're going to lose a relationship with somebody, I feel, if you're not going to address this. Is what I'm getting, possibly. But what does that mean? Relationship can be with even your hobby. Okay, this can be in the space of, especially those of you who have Venus in Cancer, or Venus in the fourth as well. This can translate as, I have this hobby, but it's turning into something I'm kind of loathing because of this one factor. And it's I'm not changing that factor. So then it's turning into something that I'm not really enjoying. So for some of you, it's about maybe being honest with where you're at in a certain space. Let's clear it. And I don't know what that's doing for everyone. What does that mean? It can mean so many things, right? It comes down to maybe what you want to see in a certain space. And if something has not been satisfying, I think that's the most important thing, to come and communicate about it. The Sun in reverse and the Hangman in reverse, and to pass. I feel because you can get kind of catty here with something, or you can get really you can take the upper hand. I'm hearing the upper road. I'm hearing that with the Ace of Pentacles, King of Pentacles. Yeah, because some of you maybe even are hurt by someone's behavior in a certain way, and it's like they may not even realize that they did that. They may not even realize that they know that. I don't know what. Maybe this is, yeah, so it's about maybe you getting vulnerable and talking about it, like opening it up and saying, hey, let's like at least see what's going on here, because it's clear. Let's talk about it, because there can be mixed messages possibly with the Page of Cups in reverse. So, okay, let's clear the energy around. I'm hearing nervous. I'm getting nervous. Some of you maybe know that certain conversations or certain situations may cause like some sort of anxiousness. So you just want to maybe be aware of that and have sort of like a game plan. Let's get the questions out. I feel like you want to talk to someone about something, but you're nervous to do that. I actually want to wait on the questions deck. Let's I feel like you're kind of pacing, Cancer. It's like, yeah, you know, I'm getting that same energy. I'm getting the same energy that came through in the new moon in Aries in April. And it was like, someone was like frantic. The World in reverse, 10 of Wands upright. They wanted to talk to someone. They wanted to say something, but then they were like going in circles. Like, so for some of you, there's something like, again, I'm hearing like maybe you want to just kind of think ahead of schedule, so-called, and have a plan. Love and light, you guys. Thank you for tuning in. And remember, it's always a matter of your perspective. And thank you for your likes again. Thank you for tuning in to you here, and for your support with one another in this space as well, and for sharing your light with others. Love and light. Bye, you guys. And remember, again, always, it's a matter of your interpretation.